गुड इवनिंग। अरे आंसर तुम्हारा तुम्हारा क्वेश्चन तो अपलोड हो गया है, ये दिखा रहा हूँ अपलोड हो गया है। September 4th I told you, so it's there in September 4th. तो you have to primarily upload it there. इसको क्लिक कर दो, सी डिटेल्स में क्लिक कर दो जरा। हाँ, तो यू कैन सबमिट योर आंसर्स देयर। पता चला? So answers you can upload here. Write your answer, take pictures and upload the pictures. Done? अरे इंजीनियर समझ में आ गया? आ गया समझ में? तो अपलोड करो इसको। नॉट अवेलेबल कैसे हो दिखा रहे हैं? अभी अवेलेबल नहीं है। गो टू मेंस दिल्ली आंसर, इसका बाद जाओगे सितंबर। ये देखो, हाँ मेंस दिल्ली आंसर पे करो, मेंस आंसर में मत करो। मेंस दिल्ली आंसर सितंबर में क्लिक करोगे, सितंबर 4th में आ जाएगा। सितंबर 4th में मेंस दिल्ली क्वेश्चन, इसमें सोशियोलॉजी नहीं लिखा हुआ है, नेक्स्ट टाइम से सोशियोलॉजी भी लिखवा देंगे, ठीक है? डन? अच्छा, हाँ अच्छा, हाँ वही हो रहा है। तो तुम एक काम क्यों नहीं करते हो? मैं अर्जुन को बोल दूंगा, तुम अपलोड कर दोगे इसको? तुम अपलोड कर दोगे? हैं? मैं नेक्स्ट टाइम अर्जुन का पास भेज देता हूँ, ठीक है? वो खुद ही कर लेगा, ठीक है? हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। चलो, और इसका आ रहा है कुछ, वन में आ रहा है। चलो मैं भेजा हूँ इसको, ठीक है? लेट अस नॉट वेस्ट टाइम। कल समझ में आ गया सर? समझ में आ गया? कल जो पढ़ाया था ना, रिवाइज थोड़ा सा कर लें। अमृता बताओ, यू वांट टू कंडेंस इट? यू वांट मी टू कंडेंस इट, और समझ में आ गया सर? अंडरस्टूड? लेट मी सम अप द होल थिंग. Positivism is criticized by three different traditions, macro traditions. One is Faustian theory, second is critical theory, third is postmodern theory. और ये भी तुमको पढ़ा दिया था, फेमिनिज्म भी पढ़ा दिया था, and feminist approach. How they look at reality, just primarily keep it in mind, and then your sociology foundation will be strong. Positivism considers that social life is structured. You have economic structure, political structure, education structure. Within every structure, you have institutions. For example, within educational structure, you have universities, schools, colleges. Out of all the universities, you have private universities, state-run universities. State-run universities are two types. Universities which are run by central universities, and universities which are run by state government. If you look into every university, you find out vice chancellor is there, professors are there, associate professors are there, students are there, administrative staffs are there. They all are holding different positions, playing their roles. So therefore, one university is having a definite structure. Teachers are retiring, new teachers are joining, old students are replaced by new students, but university is subjected to continuity. Schools are subjected to continuity. In that way, structure of education is subjected to continuity. Therefore, every structure is defined by rules, laws, customs, therefore they are subjected to continuity. And different structures, family, education, economy, political structure, combined together make society. ठीक है? तो इसीलिए you can study society by reducing it into parts, sub-parts, sub-parts. Deductive method बताया था. Understanding or not? So positivism considers that social structures are fixed. Social structure is a product of the roles people play, and these roles are driven by rules, laws, customs, and norms. Therefore, you can go and study today. Someone else will be going and studying it tomorrow. Result will be same. Understanding or not? So therefore, positivism gives importance on the study of structure. Structures are driven by rules and law. Therefore, structures are subjected to continuity. So you can get quantitative data about the structure, how many students, how many professors, how long service they're putting into the university, what is the pass percentage, what is the university ranking. ये सारी चीज तुम क्वांटिटेटिव वे में स्टडी कर सकते हो. Therefore, sociology is a science. ठीक है, आ गया समझ में? Therefore, positivism tells every sphere of human life is subjected to scientific investigation. ठीक है? Weber looks at society. एक सारे पढ़ा रहा हूं, चुप से आराम से बैठ के सुनो. तो Weber looks at society in a different way. Weber tells that universities exist in a cultural historical context. ठीक है? You know, Delhi University, Madras University, Calcutta University, they are founded by British rulers. ठीक है? So these universities were created by the British to give quality education to their children. Therefore, selected Indians belonging to upper class, they were admitted into these universities. Same is the case with St. Stephen's College. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And specific colleges in Calcutta, Madras, understand not? Presidency College you look into, understand not? So these colleges were created by, developed by colonial rulers to give quality education to their children. And some of the Indian elites, they also send their children to these schools. Okay? So context was colonial interest. When India got its independence, we wanted to give education to all the people of the country. So therefore, higher education, understand not, was primarily sponsored by the government. Interestingly, तुम आज का डेट में देखोगे, the fees you are paying in the school in a month. So your monthly school fee will be equivalent to your yearly fees in JNU. If you take admission in Jawaharlal Nehru University, your monthly primarily fees in the school will be equivalent to your 1 year fees in JNU. 1200 रुपया पड़ता है PhD एडमिशन के लिए, 900 रुपया पड़ता है तुमको PG एडमिशन के लिए. पैसा कहां से आता है? Who gives money? So state wants that all intelligent children belonging to primarily lower economic class, they should get access to quality education. Therefore, this is all right. Teachers are continuing their service for 35 years. Students are coming and students are going. University is defined by law, but there is a difference between colonial universities and post-colonial universities in India. Our universities were created after independence to promote equality of educational opportunity. But British created educational institutions to promote elite culture, for the reproduction of elites. Therefore, time is different. Purpose and ethos of education is also different. In today's context, in post-globalized world, we have two kinds of universities present. One is universities which are going for the course which are having big demand in the world market, based of the faculty, based of the infrastructure, based of primarily employability, connectivity with industry. So such universities are world-class universities now run by private organizations. दिल्ली में तुम देखोगे पास में शिवनादर यूनिवर्सिटी, अशोका यूनिवर्सिटी, बीट्स मणिपाल, ठीक है, understanding or not? So these universities are giving you quality education, connecting you to primarily what? Industry, giving you best of employment all over the world, but fee structure is very high. So therefore, though kind of education has developed now. One is class education, second is mass education. You can go to state-run universities where chairs will be present, tables will not be present. Laboratories will be present, instruments will not be present. Instruments will be present, instructors will not be present. You'll be getting a degree, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, without doing any experimentation. You go to best of the best universities, you get best of the best teachers, best of the best primarily knowledge, best of the best payment. Understanding or not? So इसलिए class education and mass education has developed. And Karl Marx is found to be correct today. Those who have money, they can get access to education. ये सत्यानाश क्या चल रहा है वजीराम, बताओ ये क्या है? So unless you have money, will they ever be giving you permission to sit here? इसको सोशियोलॉजिकली देखो, एक स्टूडेंट का पीछे 2-3 छुप के क्यों बैठते हैं? इसीलिए बैठते हैं because primarily the course fee is becoming so high. Many people cannot afford to pay for it. So therefore students make some kind of compromise. तुम लोग अच्छे बच्चे हो, कोई नहीं कर रहे हो, but there are people those who are doing it. And when they primarily feel concerned about it, I say you look into the social structure of Indian society. All cannot pay the fees. Therefore, some will be going for innovation. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And innovation is what? Let us primarily share the tuition fees, and 1 will be taking admission, and 3 will be enjoying the privilege. So, the whole idea is innovation comes at that point of time when you have a desire, but at the same time, you don't have capability to pay for it. So system has gone wrong. If such kind of quality education is given in the Indian universities, why should private coaching institutions should develop? समझ में आया कि नहीं रहा है? So therefore, the whole idea is, what I'm telling, that education has primarily changed from colonial period to Nehru's period, from Nehru's period to primarily Sardarji's period, Manmohan Singh's period. आगे नहीं बोलेंगे, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, education is changing with context and time. Weber बोलता है, study education not in terms of its continuity, study education in changing times, changing place, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And changing society. So therefore, how the role of education has changed, we can study that through interpretation. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, caste in India is supposed to be different from caste in America. जब Indians are going to America, and they still primarily consider I belong to this caste, that person belongs to that caste. Severity of caste will not be that high. So severity of caste is more in village than in urban centers. Severity of caste will be less primarily in America as in India. Therefore, caste is not always caste. It varies in time and space. To understand this variation, I have to interpret culture, I have to interpret context, I have to interpret the mindset of the people. समझ में आया? So what if the structure is continuing for 50 years? Time changes, relationship among the people within the structure changes. Focus of that structure, that is education, is also changing. Therefore, respect to history, respect to time, respect to changing mindset of the people, you can have a better understanding of reality. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Yes or no? Understanding or not? Therefore, democracy example दिया था, कल ऐसे कर रहे थे सारे. Democracy in India will be different from democracy in America. Democracy during Nehru's time will be different from the democracy during Gandhiji's time. Sorry, Indira Gandhi's time. That will be different from democracy in suppose Sardarji's time, and democracy different today. Time changes. Contour of democracy is also changing. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Yes or no? So therefore, time is most important factor. Culture is important factor. Mood of the people is important factor. गाय तो गाय था. A cow was cow. But cow vigilant groups are making appearance in contemporary times. तो आगे नहीं थे. So what I'm telling you here is, so cow was already there in India, part of Indian culture. But the cow vigilant groups you are finding out today, they get moral support, they get ethical support, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? From different forces. What they were not getting maybe 40 years back. So therefore, cow politics is primarily present in today's time that was not present 20 years back. So cow politics, before that it was primarily what? Developmental politics. Prior to developmental politics, nation Garibi Hota was a politics. Prior to Garibi Hota was a politics. Nation building was the politics. Therefore, nation building was the theme of Nehru's India. Garibi Hota was the theme of Indira's India. Taking India to 21st century was Rajiv's India. Development is essentially required for everybody was primarily Manmohan Singh's India. And promoting national unity through cultural primarily revivalism along with development is the essence of Modi's India. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Yes or no? Therefore, I have to look into India in context, and that best I can understand through interpretation. This is theme of Weber sociology. Yes or no? Understanding it not? So this is what Weber tells. इसको simple ढंग से if I tell, capitalism will be different from India to America. Capitalism in 19th century India will be different from 20th century India. People, those who are a part of capitalism, working as industrialists, working as managers, working as workers, their primarily commitment to capitalism will be different. So therefore, nothing is fixed. Interpret the context to make sense of reality. Who said? Weber said. Therefore, Weber said, data is not sufficient. You have to supplement with the statistical data by the result you are getting through interpretation to have a better understanding of reality. Okay? To have a better understanding of reality, statistical data, interpretation of culture, and interpretation of history are primarily the requirement for sociology. Okay? Weber. Okay? Then you take these three theories together. Critical theory, postmodern theory, feminist theory. These three theories tell what you see is not real. What you could not see, that is real. Therefore, you need to go for reflexivity. Understanding not? What you are seeing is not real. What is invisible, what is hidden, that is real. And concern of sociology is to explore the hidden truth that people cannot see. They cannot feel. They cannot realize. Understanding what I'm telling or not? So therefore, their approaches combinedly together. Kis approach? Feminist approach, postmodern approach, and critical theory. So these three approaches are known as reflexive approach. Okay? You know, एक sentence, keep it in mind, one sentence is. Critical theory tells that in every society, the domination of the state is present. State is controlling over the choices of the citizens. Whether it is Nazi state, fascist state, communist state, or democratic state. Okay? Always state is trying to capture or control whom? Individual citizens. Therefore, why? Because if ideology of the state is not shared by the citizens. If the policies of the state are not appreciated by the citizen, then citizens will be rebelling against the state. And the controllers of power of the state will be thrown out, or the dominant class will be thrown out if citizens are not conforming to their ideology and appreciate their public policies. Therefore, how to primarily convince the citizens that state is their protector, their savior, their guide? Understand not? And state is taking care of the citizens so that citizens are not having any kind of problems in their life. Okay? So the duty of the state is to convince the citizens that what is state? Tumeva matascha pita tumeva vidya dravidam tumeva sarvang mama deva deva. You are my father, you are my mother, you are my God, you are my savior, you are my protector, you are my torch bearer, you are everything to me. Therefore, what I am, that I am for you. Batao. You know, when you see your passport, when your passport is coming to you, how do you feel? Amruta, you have passport? So when you got your passport, how did you feel? So happy. Passport aa gaya, passport aa gaya, passport aa gaya, excited. But passport means what? What is passport? Passport is like a Mangal Sutra that is telling that you are an Indian. So giving you a passport, giving you a driving license, giving you a voter identity card, state is primarily putting a Mangal Sutra onto your neck. Wherever you go, people will be knowing you are who? Indian. Being you are an Indian, you are duty bound to worship to bolo, Indian heroes, Indian national flag, Indian national anthem, Indian constitution. Yes or no? It becomes your duty. Being you are an Indian, everything Indian, you should fall in love with it, appreciate it. Second, then what state is doing? You know, since state want that you should not be rebelling against the state, kal details mein padhaya. So the ideology of state is injected to you through educational curriculum. अभी कुछ बच्चे परेशान होते हैं, तुम रूट ऑफ रियलिटी को देखो. सर हिस्ट्री का क्वेश्चन बड़ा डिफिकल्ट आता है. मैंने बताया गधे, हिस्ट्री का क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. What is different? Bolo. 8 years before, people were looking at history with reference to Congress. Modern Indian history was greatly description of what Congress has done. Lahore conference में क्या हुआ, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Gandhi Heroin Pact क्या हुआ? Understanding not? When National Congress was formulated, then Gandhi, Nehru, Tagore. So everything in detail about the role of Indian National Congress was the theme of your modern Indian history. Now government has changed, ideology has changed. So modern Indian history is no longer focused towards Gandhi. It is focused towards primarily Tilak, Patel. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? वीर सावरकर, लाला लाजपत राय. So therefore, right-wing primarily philosophy is centrality to modern Indian history. You'll be getting questions on that. Therefore, history untold, history silent is now the history glorified. So therefore, when ideology is changing, that ideology is becoming a part of your school curriculum. पहले रास्ता का नाम होता था, स्कूल का नाम होता था, कॉलेज का नाम होता था, हाँ, इंदिरा गांधी, पंडित नेहरू, जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी, महात्मा गांधी यूनिवर्सिटी, इंदिरा गांधी ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी. अभी नाम क्या होगा? किसका नाम होगा? हाँ, ये नहीं है. लिविंग लीडर का नाम मत बोलो. हाँ, उनका मेंटर सर कौन है? लोहिया साहब का नाम पे होगा. सावरकर साहब का नाम पे होगा, दीनदयाल उपाध्याय इज प्राइमरली देयर आइडियोलॉग। तो इसीलिए यू विल बी गेटिंग क्वेश्चंस, श्यामा प्रसाद मुखर्जी, यू विल बी गेटिंग प्राइमरली क्वेश्चंस ऑन देम। देखो क्वेश्चंस आर नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट। तुम जो लास्ट 10 ईयर जाते हो तो 10 ईयर में क्वेश्चन जो आता है, ये जो क्वेश्चन आता है, डिफरेंट। Therefore, change your focus of attention. Questions will be easy. ट्रिक बता दिया तुमको, समझ में आ रहा है, तो हिस्ट्री का क्वेश्चन डिफिकल्ट नहीं लगेगा। सो नाउ लुक एट दिस थिंग केयरफुली। अभी जो प्रीलिम्स, इफ यू आर टेकिंग प्रीलिम्स, focus more on this right wing history up to study modern Indian society. Pay more attention to art and culture. You will be getting 10-15 questions from that. ठीक है? So look at this thing. So government to rule and control over the minds of the masses will be injecting its ideology into the school curriculum. So therefore citizens will be thinking in the line of the government. Understand not? सपना पूछ रहे, सर आप जिंदगी में यूपीएससी लिए हैं? Some of my friends' children are there in the class. They know it. When they were writing UPSC, I was doing my research. They were studying in the room for UPSC preparation. I was going to Delhi School of Economics library. Understanding not? So they are now into civil service. I am teaching primarily civil servants and producing civil servants. मैंने जिंदगी में एक बार भी UPSC नहीं लिया, ठीक है? So look at this thing. So what I'm telling, that anytime there is a change in the government, the ideology of the government, new government, will be pushed into the mindset of the people, so that people think in the way government is asking them to think. Therefore, state never rule over the people using primarily violence. State is controlling the minds of the people. Therefore, your thought is reciprocating to their ideology. Hence, you support to them. They're bouncing back to power time and again. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? There will be some people who don't fall in the line. They will not be accepting to this ideology. हाय करेंगे, demonstration करेंगे, protest करेंगे. कन्हैया कुमार, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? तो when these people are going for demonstration and protest, you use tag against them. They are anti-nationals, urban Naxalites. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? They are not primarily falling on the line, so therefore they need to be punished. इसीलिए एक सेंटेंस बताया था, state colonize over the people either by a kiss or by a kick, either by persuasion or by punishment. Yes or no? And ये किसी को दिखाई नहीं देता है. क्या दिखाई देता है? Growth 8%, employment rate this percent, poverty is reduced by this percent. So percentage जो है statistics है. And reading this percentage in primarily कहाँ पे? Newspapers, Economic Survey of India, reading primarily these statistics, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? In television debates, we get the impression that what state is doing, that is for the well-being and welfare of the masses. Therefore, what you hear as truth, what you see as fact, they are not fact. The real fact is hidden somewhere, and responsibility of sociology is to enlighten the masses, empower the masses, making them know the hidden truth. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, sociology will be giving emancipatory experience to the people, how they should be liberating themselves from the bondage of ideology. Got my point? So therefore, positivism is not only useless, it is giving you falsified knowledge, falsified truth. Unless you liberate yourself from the bondage of positivism, you cannot reach closer to the truth. Understand not? Therefore, if you want freedom, if you want to know the reality, you have to primarily what? Take positivistic idea, positivistic facts from out of your head. And that positivism talks about what? growth rate, employment rate, different kinds of programs of the government, how it is benefiting to millions of people, skill India, जितना सारा इंडिया है, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? हाउसिंग फॉर ऑल, हेल्थ फॉर ऑल, जो मनमोहन सिंह का टाइम में हुआ था, understand not, मनरेगा. So they will be primarily glorifying these programs and explain how through these programs country is being made new, poverty is being eliminated, employment is being given to the people. So therefore, new India. Got my point? Yes or no? Therefore, positivism speaks the language of corporate. Positivism speaks the language of primarily state. And combined together, positivism justify hegemonistic domination of the rulers, custodians of the state, intellectuals and the corporates. The intellectuals, those who are supporting to state, they speak the language of the state. Therefore, state, corporate, and intellectuals supporting to them, they give ideology. You accept to it, feel enslaved, and feel dependent on them, stay dependent on them. And sociology will be giving you empowerment, real knowledge, true knowledge. So this is critical theory. So therefore, reflexive understanding about the hidden truth that sociology can give you. Got my point? So therefore, one segment of reflexive approach is critical theory. Okay? Then comes postmodern approach. Please give definition of reflexive mind. Definition कहां से लाऊं तुम्हारे लिए? Reflexive means शिव जी देखे हो? Have you seen शिव जी? तीसरा आंख, दो आंख में statistics दिखाई देगा. In 2 eyes you can see statistics. You can see मनरेगा. You can see how many people are vaccinated. When you are opening up your third eye is imaginative. Understand not? If you are opening up your primarily inherent, knowledgeable third eye, you will be finding out that truth is hidden. That giving you job, giving you primarily, giving you job, giving you subsidy to state make you dependent on state. And once you are becoming dependent on state, because state give you sustenance, state give you salary, state give you promotion, state give you IS, you will never be speaking anything against state. So therefore, celebration of state, continuity of domination, and acceptance to enslavement. You cannot speak against it. Who? तुम क्या क्या लिख रहे हो? मैं सोशियोलॉजी क्या पढ़ाऊं तुमको? Sir, concepts and ideas are built on facts. How that truth will be justified? ये truth नहीं है. हाँ? सोशियोलॉजी पढ़ रहे हो ना, क्या पढ़ रहे हो? ये truth नहीं है. As an IAS officer, you will be signing and primarily what? An application. You will be signing an agreement with the government. Being in service, you will not be discussing the state. If I am joining Niti Aayog today, I will be only speaking about the ideology of the state and pursue this ideology. I cannot primarily speak against the state. A democracy sustains only state is being scrutinized. If state is evolving into a god and we start worshipping to it, then the custodians of the state will be evolving into demigods. And that is the death of democracy. Whatever I am telling you, listen. अपना दिमाग ज्यादा अप्लाई मत करो. सोच रहे हो तुम बड़ा बड़ा विद्वान बन गए हो. हाँ. अरे तुम कर क्या रहे हो? ये सपना कौन है? शकल दिखाओ जरा. You are writing your sociology answer not for an IAS officer. You are writing your sociology answer for a sociology professor. And every sociology professor knows what critical theory speaks. Critical theory is not developed by Sapna. Critical theory is developed by whom? Habermas. I don't know. You are writing critical theory tells this. So means you are expressing their views. You are not giving your own views. Chalo, आगे बढ़ो. So now let us look at, these theories are primarily centrality to sociology. If you know these 8-9 theories in detail, you can apply that when studying everything. Suppose a topic है तुम्हारा state. political system एक topic है state. Feminists will be considering that state is a patriarchal organization. Postmodern theory will say that state is a concept of modernity, and it is because of state all chaos is primarily present in contemporary times. Because state is introducing globalization program. Because of state, malls are mushrooming. Because of state, you will be finding out people are going from one country to another country. It is because of state policy, people are migrating, overpopulation takes place. Therefore, human crisis, human suffering is the problem of our family what? State. And state is a vehicle of modernity. If you ask the same question to critical theorists, they will say, state is what? State is ruling over the people either by ideology or by family what? Coercive forces. But Weber will be saying, state can be three types: traditional authority, charismatic authority, legal rational authority. So whatever you are writing on state, that you are doing here. Whatever you are writing on economy, that you are doing here. If you know these 8 theories well, without studying anything, any question come in the exam, you'll be able to write by using these theories. 50% mark is assured. If you just write these theories, and the 10% is additional content. If you write that, you get into IAS. Therefore, theory is, mind you, I don't want to primarily, listen to it once again. Theories are primarily, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? The views of different sociologists. You are not endorsing to it. I may not agree with what critical theory tells, but what they tell, I must have to primarily respect it. It is their view. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So, this is primarily critical theory we have discussed. Okay? We are also, Srinathi, we are doing the same thing. All primarily anti-positivistic approach we are discussing. First, we have discussed critical theory. Now I am summing up the whole thing about primarily what? Postmodern theory. What is postmodern? Everything modern at one point of time was celebrated. 19th century Europe was the century of modernization. Modern industry was primarily changing the life course of the people. Modern education was rational, secular, progressive. So every country went for modern education. Okay? We primarily endorsed to modern medicine. So everything modern, science, technology, education, political culture, democracy. So everything modern was celebrated during 19th century. Okay? In 21st century, when you primarily reflect back on modernity, what you see? You tell me, what do you see? हाँ? क्या तुमको दिखाई देता है? In 21st century, या climate change छोड़ो, घर से शुरू करो. In 21st century, when I look at modernity, I find out not only the members of my family, but also the people, those who are working for us. Everybody is busy with their mobile telephones. Therefore, virtual relationship is becoming more important. Face-to-face relationship is ignored. Grandparents are sitting at home. Nobody is having time for them. Everybody is primarily living in his private world. Me, my Facebook account, my primarily what? और ये क्या आता है आजकल सत्यानाश? WhatsApp. So therefore, me, my friends, my pleasure. So everything I am primarily focusing on myself. So physically we are present at one place, but mentally we are primarily separated from each other. Understanding or not? So this is how modernity is killing. Understand not? Our harmony, our emotions, our integration, our sense of belongingness. Yesterday I was giving you this example. Because of modernity, everybody wants to look beautiful till the time they become old. Cosmetics, beauty surgery, ये क्या क्या सर आजकल आ गया. इधर इंजेक्शन लगाओ, उधर इंजेक्शन लगाओ, सारे ठीक हो जाएगा. हाँ, बोटॉक्स दिव्या ने लिखा है. हाँ, अंडरस्टैंड नॉट. सो ये सारे सुंदर होने का चक्कर में क्या करते हैं? वी आर टॉर्चरिंग आवर बॉडी. So, body deterioration of body is a natural process. We should be accepting that. But everybody is falling in love with his body in such a way. So science is being used on the body of the people so that they can be looking good. And be careful. It is because of that stupid advertisement and cultural, primarily this cultural ideology, women are the worst victims of this kind of cosmetic surgery. Because culture developed this concept. Women should be looking beautiful. Their appearance should be presentable. And why not men? So therefore, you will be finding out all kinds of primarily all kinds of cosmetic surgeries that women are getting exposure to. Understanding not? So when I look into this, it is becoming new normal. And there I find out how science is torturing to our body. Our soul is primarily carrying tears. But because body wants to look primarily presentable, look beautiful. Also, when I look at this modernity, I find out beauty contests are taking place. And beauty contest to me is not a profession. Commodification of the body of women. Understanding not? ऐसे कैट वॉक करना है, वेस्ट साइज इतना होना चाहिए, और ब्यूटी क्या है, स्कॉल दिखना चाहिए, स्कॉल नहीं तो क्या बोलते हैं, ब्यूटी बोन दिखना चाहिए. और ये क्या है? ब्यूटी लाइज इन द आईज ऑफ बिहोल्डर. हमारे कालिदास साहब थे. He didn't see his sweetheart, but बोलते मेघारे, oh my dear Meghadutam, oh my dear cloud, wherever my sweetheart is sitting, so take this message to her and tell her that my life is connected to her life. This is called as, song in the primarily glory of beauty. So, modernization is primarily scaling beauty in technical terms. So which is not aesthetic, which is not moral, which is not sensible. Therefore, I denounce beauty contest. I denounce primarily cosmetic surgery. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? I denounce this technology, what is isolating one from the other. कितना बोलो? Because of this modern science and modern technology, we became the victims of corona. Understanding or not? And this generation doesn't want to do anything. Next generation will be forgetting everything. Alexa, tell me where I have left my purse. Okay, wait a minute. Alexa, I cannot lift my finger. Please dial this person. I want to talk to her. Look. So Alexa will be doing everything for you. इसको सत्यानाश क्या बोलते हैं? आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? The intelligence that created artificial intelligence will be finding out a day when artificial intelligence will be predominating over intelligence. And death of human mind, creativity. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, I have every reason to stay skeptical to primarily modernity. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? But positivists talk about what modernity has done. A food deficit country has become food sufficient country. Industrial revolution has given employment to so many people, changed their quality of life. More industries, better quality life. But ये जो सारे क्या है? Loneliness, suffocation, world war. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And certain kind of disease that is coming from nowhere. Understand not? Market is entering into our house. We don't have time for each other. So people are packed to different destinations. ये सारे क्या है? Understanding not? Positivism never talks about it. Therefore, postmodern theory are looking into the hidden facts which are brushed under the carpet. Understand not? Those who glorify modernity, those who glorify industry, those who are singing song in their praise. So this is also a reflexive understanding. Reflect on the truth, then reflect on the facts. Reflect, see, reflection कोई मीनिंग पूछ रहा था, अरे मिरर देखो मिरर, तो you see your own reflection. Understanding or not? But reflection is same or different? बोलो. हाँ, same reflection. सीधा जैसे देख रहे हो वैसे दिख रहा है कि उल्टा दिख रहा है? बताओ. When you look at the mirror, mirror is giving exact reflection or opposite reflection? Reverse reflection. So similarly, when you reflect on the truth, you will see what lateral invasion. So whenever you primarily see what positivism tells, that is primarily the truth projected about modernity. If you reflect on modernity, you find out crisis, confusion, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Migration, restlessness, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Natural disaster, all are primarily what? The outcomes of modernity. So therefore, have this reflective understanding of modernity. Don't go by scientific data that government is giving. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And primarily corporates are giving to you. Deconstructional approach. So till now it is being constructed that modernity is good, it is bringing you happiness. So deconstruct that notion. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? In a playful manner, in a poetic manner, in a narrative manner, you primarily talk about the truth that you are experiencing in your everyday life. ये समझ में नहीं आएगा तुमको भगवान भी समझा नहीं सकते हैं. ये सिंपलिस्टिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट पोस्ट मॉडर्न थ्योरी. ठीक है. क्रिटिकल थ्योरी इसका बाद आता है अनदर रिफ्लेक्सिव थ्योरी. सॉरी, फेमिनिस्ट अप्रोच. फेमिनिस्ट थ्योरी बोलता है अगेन सेम थिंग. इफ यू गो बाय फैक्ट्स डाटा, कोई भी कंट्री में जाओगे, official data will indicate that more women are getting into professional education. More women are primarily going for employment. ठीक है. More you will be finding out women are employed, they are educated. Understand not? Fertility behavior is changing to the advantage of women. ठीक है. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So means a woman is primarily becoming mother quite late age, maximum one child or two children, or many times they are adopting the children, or you go to primarily designer baby or test tube baby. So therefore you don't have a large size of the family. Women are not reproducing more, affecting to their health. Understanding not? हम मार्क्स वेबर और एक बार पढ़ाऊं तुमको. ठीक है, बढ़िया है. ये मार्क्स वेबर ही पढ़ाते रहेंगे और कुछ नहीं पढ़ाएंगे. सो मार्क्स वेबर बता दूंगा, चिंता मत करना. एक क्लास में बैठ के एक बार में तुमको वीडियो है, इसको 2-3 बार सुन लो यार, इसको क्यों टाइम खराब कर रहे हो? सो देन you know, feminist advocate that if you look into you know, this data which is being produced by the government, more women are literate, more women are employed. Understand not? Fecundity rate is primarily coming down. Women's health is improved. Women are taking important decisions in the family matters. And ultimately, empowerment of women is taking place. Gender equality has been established. And they go on to give the data. So many ministers are there in the cabinet. So many top-ranking managers are primarily women. So many journalists are women. Professors are women. Doctors are women. ये हो गया क्या? कल कोई जज का बारे में बता रहा था. These many judges are women. 5 judges in Supreme Court are women. ये हो गया positivistic analysis. You go to a judge in Supreme Court and ask her the question. Understanding or not? that you go to a judge and ask her the question, Madam, when you are in the court and you get a break, you inquire about your children or your husband is inquiring about the children, whether children have taken food, whether they have done their homework or not, whether they are nicely primarily placed or not, who inquire about them? She'll be immediately telling her, forget about that man. Men are always men. Understand not? So family is none of their concern. So they will be only primarily concerned about their work, their friends, their money, their status. So I have to also primarily look after my profession and at the same time household activities. Okay? If you speak to her for a long period of time, she'll be giving you this narration. I'm least interested in primarily finance matters, property matters, investment matters that he looks after. Because these matters are considered as primarily man domain of the man. So therefore, how qualified you may be or how experienced you may be as a woman, but certain things because of culture, you don't take interest in that in every society. And you know one thing, when government gives subsidy or money to the families, in the name of the family, it goes to head of the family. And head of the family is always a man. And when this family primarily subsidies go to a man, he will be spending that money, and that money will not be primarily spent on women or children. Understanding or not? And there's so many stories you'll be finding out. Feminist advocate that marriage is an institution which put women into disadvantage. Marriage is a cultural construct. Understanding or not? It is considered Indian culture ka baat to chhod do. Kanya is meant for dan. Putra is a kind of dhan. Putra is a property. Keep it with yourself. Kanya is paraya dhan. दूसरा का property, foreign property hai. You are simply the custodian of your daughter. Therefore, sooner you give her marriage, more you are primarily making yourself free from your debt. So therefore, getting a girl married is the paternal responsibility. Okay? So in that case, what is happening? Marriage is a priority for women. जितना सारे लड़कियां बैठे माँ बाप बोले होंगे, we are giving you this chance, maximum another one chance. जो तीर मारना है मार लो, इसका बस शादी करवा देंगे. तन्वी है कि नहीं है? तो इसीलिए बी केयरफुल. सो दिस इज प्राइमरली द गाइडलाइन गिवन टू यू. लड़कों के लिए, जा बेटा जा, appear, reappear, further appear, more appear. If law doesn't permit disappear, nothing to worry. 6 attempt लेके वापस आना. Understanding or not? So therefore, what I'm telling you here is the preference given to primarily boys is different from the what? Handicaps associated with women. Understanding or not? So therefore, so many stories are there. So therefore, you'll be finding out that with all kinds of Barsa ek story bolta hu tumko suno, and don't get worried. Years before, I had a student. Her name was Rupa Misra. Years before, कितना पुराना हो गया, 8-10 साल सर्विस हो गया होगा इसको. And Rupa Misra was married. ठीक है? But somehow she primarily, convinced her husband and in-laws, and ultimately she wrote the paper, and she became the topper. Therefore, never ever consider that marriage is an obstacle. You can convert your handicaps into your assets. It's not only married girls, unmarried girls are also facing the same kind of hardship. Those who are married, they are supposed to do the household work. Those who are unmarried, the pressure of marriage, if you don't clear the exam next year, shadi, the talwar sir pe latakta hai. So therefore, both are equally pressurized because you are born as women in the context of India. So what I mean to say here is that feminist advocate that the data that state is giving you about women empowerment, don't look into that. A girl is supposed to primarily support her mother in the household activities. A girl is supposed to primarily attend the guest if they're coming to family. A girl has to manage her studies, and at the same time, she should be learning the culture, because after marriage, she'll be going to another family. Understand not? And she should be going for a job where she can primarily establishing balance between family and the primarily what? Work. So therefore, feminist advocate. If you see, state is driven by patriarchal values. Only recently a law came in India where women will be getting right to ancestral property. पहले वो right नहीं था. एविडेंस एक्ट में अभी चेंज हुआ है. पहले yes. So पहले you will be finding out, the law was that if a woman is being raped, she has to come to court of law and describe the whole incident, and that will be interrogated also. So rape is primarily a physical torture to a woman, but she is repeating the same kind of act in front of everybody many times. Her dignity, her self-respect, and the trauma that nobody used to take into consideration. Lot many NGOs came into prominence, women organizations came into prominence, and because of their pressure, there was a change in Evidence Act. Therefore, marriage you look into, school curriculum you look into, law you look into, state you look into, corporate you look into, trade unions you look into, all are dominated by men. So therefore, though society talks about equality between men and women, in every sphere that inequality is present. So इसीलिए feminist right. A woman is not born, a woman is made. How a woman is made? Choosing dress differently for boys and girls. Boys के लिए क्या white clothes आएगा? Boys के लिए dark clothes आएगा. लड़कियों के लिए pink, black, colorful clothes. So bringing dress for you differently, naming you different. Mita, Sita, Bonita, Kanistha, Visakha, musical name, poetic name. इनके लिए बहादुर सिंह, बलियार सिंह, कप्तान सिंह, होशियार सिंह, हाँ, AK-47 सिंह, राफेल सिंह, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? तो ये सारे नाम होगा. लड़का है तो काम करो, क्या है? You should be giving a masculine name. So naming them different, choosing dress for them different, appreciating them differently. Brave boy, sweet girl. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Socializing them different. Be polite. Don't speak aloud. My daughter always complains. Mommy tells me not to shout. Why not? I'll be shouting when my brother is shouting. That's my birthright. हाँ ये सही बता रही है. Don't cry like a girl. Princess of Dad. ये जो सारे abbreviation यूज करके ये लड़कियों को सॉफ्ट, सोबर, टिमिड, वॉइसलेस बना देते हैं पैट्रियार्की. ये सत्यानाश पैट्रियार्की को नहीं जानते हो. Using different prefixes, giving you different kind of socialization, it primarily make you submissive, voiceless, soft, tender, kind, compassionate, feminine. Understanding it not? तो इसीलिए woman is not made, sorry, woman is not born. A woman is made by culture, made by society, made by state, made by law, made by primarily the environment. ये hidden truth है. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And that women don't understand. They consider मैं IAS बन गया, सरपंच बन गया, पुलिस बन गया. पुलिस बनने के बाद माँ भी बनना पड़ता है, बेटी भी बनना पड़ता है. So therefore, this truth that women are primarily suppressed in different ways. So that is an eye-opener. So therefore, what is data speaking, don't go by it. Go by the narratives of women. And if you go by these narratives, you'll be finding out from the time of Sita to the time of Nirvaya, there is not much change in the status of women. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? द्रौपदी का नाम सुने हो? कुरुसभा का नाम सुने हो? So what happened to Draupadi in Kurusabha, that is also happening with many women today. Because ancient India is converted into postmodern India, but the status of women has not changed. And that you can understand only with reference to reflexivity. Got my point or not? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, feminists tell, if you look into the ground reality, you'll be finding out what is present. Patriarchy is present. If you look at postmodernists and tell them what is the hidden truth, they will say evils of modernity is the hidden truth. What is exposed truth? Greatness of modernity is the exposed truth. Critical theory will say, well, what is the hidden truth? Exploitation of state is the hidden truth. What is the positivistic truth? Greatness of the state, great role played by the state is primarily the exposed truth. Therefore, truth exists in two different levels. One is visible, other is invisible. Therefore, through reflexivity, bring that invisible truth to the mind of the people. Liberate them from out of this bondage. That is what is sociology. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, these three theories, which three theories? Critical theory, second is postmodern theory, third is feminist theory. They are not only rejecting to positivism, they are giving new theoretical outlines to understand the hidden truth. आया समझ में? Yes or no? तो इसीलिए हमने डिस्कशन किया पॉजिटिविज्म, इसका बाद रिवीजन टू पॉजिटिविज्म इज व्हाट? बस्टियन अप्रोच. कौन कौन है? 3 आदमी का नाम बताया था. कौन कौन थे? डिथे, जिमेल, मार्क्स वेबर. डिथे बोलते हैं you should be understanding the truth from how many perspective? Experience, expression, comprehension. याद है? जॉर्ज जिमेल, concept, develop ideas to understand reality, and every reality is subjective. Therefore, what you see as real, I may not see that as real. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? तो more you study a problem, better you know about the situation. वेबर क्या बोलता है? Study everything from the context of what? History, culture, and the state of mind of actors. Actor's mind is driven by motives. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Culture and situation influence to man's mind. Therefore, his action defines structure. Unless you study history, unless you study culture, unless you interpret meanings behind action, you cannot understand the essence of reality. Therefore, positivism need to be supplemented by interpretation approach to understand the reality. है समझ में? So therefore, positivism, non-positivism, लास्ट को आ गया तुम्हारा एंटी पॉजिटिविज्म. नॉन पॉजिटिविज्म किसका है? डिथे, जिमेल, वेबर. Why non-positivism? It's not rejecting to positivism. It is supplementing to positivism. And who are rejecting to positivism? Reflexive theory is rejecting to positivism. Reflective theory is divided into how many subparts? 3. Critical theory is a reflexive theory. Postmodern theory is a reflexive theory. And last ko feminist approach is also a reflective theory. And they talk about macro analysis of reality. ठीक है? लास्ट पार्ट बता रहा हूं तुमको. माइक्रो एनालिसिस ऑफ रियलिटी, ए चैलेंज टू पॉजिटिविज्म. Positivism is rejected by interaction theory, जिसको सिंबॉलिक इंटरेक्शन थ्योरी भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है? Interaction theory tells that there is no structure present in reality. education structure, family structure, family, kinship structure. Structures do not exist. Okay? Structures don't exist. What really exists is the individuals. Okay? Structure do not exist. No structure exists. Structure is a sociological imagination. If I ask you to show me that family structure, can you show it to me? No. If I ask you to show me the structure of university, can you show it to me? No. Those structures do not exist. What really exists is the living human beings. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? That is the truth. And what these living human beings do? क्या करते हैं? Living human beings interact with each other. And from out of their interaction, social relationship develops. ठीक है? Therefore, structure is a myth. Structure is a sociological construct. Understand not? Family, school, college, scientific research laboratory, yes, they are not real. Understand not? What is real is the people, those who are negotiating with each other within this space. Family is a space. Research laboratory is a place. Political party is a place where the people are negotiating with each other. Interacting with each other. Negotiating means interaction. And how that interaction goes. Bolo. How that interaction develops. Suppose I enter into the class. ठीक है? सुनो ध्यान से सुनो. कुछ very simple thing. Everyday life का बात हो रहा है. I entered into the class. ठीक है? Then I said, good evening. You typed good evening. ठीक है? And I'm looking at your face. किसका रूफ दिख रहा है मेरे को, किसका और क्या फैन दिख रहा है. But few people, किसका बिल्कुल नहीं दिख रहा है. किसका मैं देख रहा हूं? फेस दिख रहा है. आधा फेस दिख रहा है. And when I look at your face, you carry a smile. And the moment you carry a smile, I try to primarily read your name and take your name. Understanding not? मैंने आयुषी का नाम लिया, अमृता का नाम लिया, क्योंकि खुश हंस रहे हैं. मैंने देखा you are lost. जैसे मैं पत्थर फेंक रहा हूं तुम्हारे सिर पे. Understand? If you are primarily maintaining a stoic silence, you are not primarily giving me the impression that my lecture is getting into your head. If I take your name, there is a possibility that you will be primarily, asking me to discuss lecture 1. Sir, how European modernity has given rise to the growth of sociology. Understanding or not? Because what I'm speaking now, I want you to enjoy that and primarily communicate with me so that I can take my lecture to the next level. You will be enjoying it. More content will be given. When I am going in 100 speed, ये पीछे से तुम खींच रहे हो, सर स्पीड कम करो, 0. मेरा माथा खराब होता है, मैं पानी पी लेता हूं, फिर जो सोच रहा था पढ़ाने के लिए भूल जाता हूं. So therefore be careful. Class is not something primarily mechanically constructed. The way you respond, in the same way I will deliver. It's a regular communication between the students and the teachers. If students understand, they reflect, they primarily communicate. I ask, what is the question? This is the question, you give answer. Then I feel elated. You understand not? I go to the next level, feel happy, and the quality of the lecture becomes very good. Understand not? Therefore, every class I take is new. Every sentence I make is new. Every word I am using is a reflection to what signal you are giving to me. Understanding or not? Therefore, father-child relationship is not something constructed. पापा ऑफिस से आके घर पहुंच रहे हैं, Father is reaching home. Papa, how was your day? Oh, it was good. Papa, have a glass of water. Thank you, Veda. Then he is inquiring about you. Then he's carrying this impression. My son or daughter is looking after me so well. He feels further motivated to work for the family. But when he comes back home, he finds out you are sleeping. Nobody is at home. Nobody cares for his presence. He'll be feeling disgusted. What nonsense is happening? Losing his temper. Then in the evening, there'll be a world war in the family. Yes or no? You have been experiencing that in everyday life. समझ में आ रहा है? सृष्टि, समझ में आ रहा है? Story doesn't end here. When two young people are also in love, understanding or not? You speak through your eyes, less you are speaking through your mouth. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? You carry opinion about each other. His opinions are going good. He is appreciating you. So you think that he is taking care of you. He's a nice person, good friend. If he's not appreciating you, not listening to you, you consider, you feel you are ignored, then the relationship breakup हो जाता है. ये सारे experience किए हो तुम लोग. Understanding or not? So therefore nothing is fixed in this world. Neither father-child relationship is fixed, nor it is primarily a relationship between home minister and prime minister is fixed. Nor the relationship between primary home teacher and student is fixed. It is made, remade, constructed, evaluated on a regular basis. That is what is life. Everything is uncertain. Everything is unplanned. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, everything is made at that particular point of time. And what will be the outcome of it, that nobody knows. This is what is life. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? इसको scientific method can never ever understand this dynamic nature of social life. Understanding or not? Therefore, scientific method is not only useless, it is more than hopeless. More than hopeless, useless nahi hai. So therefore, absolutely dismiss scientific method. Understanding or not? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? This is the essence of this approach: interaction theory, phenomenology, and ethnomethodology. एक एक करके बताता हूं तुमको. Interaction theory tells, it's being forwarded by, पहले मैं बोल देता हूं, C.H. Cooley, G.H. Mead, and there are many other people are present. दो नाम बोलता हूं. C.H. Cooley tells that when two people are interacting, okay, one is looking at the face of other as a mirror. In every interactional situation, each person is treating the face of the other person as mirror. ठीक है? हाँ, so मैं ठीक है. Each to each a looking glass. So I primarily look at your face, not that I'm interested in your face. In your face, I want to see my face. Getting me or not? When you are smiling, in your face, it is being said, okay, everything is going fine, all is well. चलो आगे चलो. ठीक है? So when I'm teaching you, you are nodding your head. So I primarily understand that everything is going fine. Your smile, your nodding head, you are saying yes. Understand not? You are excited to listen. So there I am reading about the quality of lecture. Whether my lecture is getting into your head or not, whether purpose is addressed or not. And when I see you are giving me positive evaluation, I keep going. The moment I see that you are feeling lost, disoriented, non-connected, then I think that whatever I have told you has not gone into your head. And immediately I bring up an example. an example that you can make sense of. So through that example, when you understand it, you carry a smile, and I feel happy. And you go out and tell, अरे बढ़िया पढ़ाता है टीचर. Teacher कुछ बढ़िया नहीं पढ़ाता है. Teacher is simply using your face as a mirror. Understanding or not? ये सारे मिरर को देख के देखता है कौन सा मिरर में फेस अच्छा लग रहा है, कौन सा मिरर में डस्ट प्राइमरी भरा हुआ है. He simply removing the dust. So when everybody feels happy, okay, so you know that things are getting into head. So you go and appreciate. Therefore, who I am, that I am, because you make me that. Understanding or not? Who I am, that I am, because you make me that. Because treating your face as a mirror, I want to see that in all the mirror, people primarily get a clarity of my appearance. So therefore, what I speak, that gets into your head. When it gets into your head, you write good answer. When you write good answer, you clear the exam. When you clear the exam, you give part credit to teacher. Understanding or not? Therefore, who I am, that I am, because you make me that. Father is not great because you are making father great. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, who is Modi ji? He is Modi ji because we all made him that. Therefore, everybody is made what we primarily make him to be. Each to each a looking glass. Therefore, in interactional situation, क्या होता है? You expect something from me. I try to fulfill your expectation. When I am trying to fulfill your expectation, I read your face. Your gestures, your signs, your symbols, your language, I look into that. When you give me positive response, I feel good. I give primarily better performance. Then this better performance is primarily helping you out to achieve your goal. Therefore, you appreciate me. That is how teacher-student relationship develops. ठीक है? इसलिए तुम कैटेगराइज करते हो टीचर को. Great teacher, average teacher, poor teacher, bunk his class, average teacher, go for attendance, great teacher, listen and primarily what he tells and you primarily take a note of it. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So this is how you classify human beings on the basis of your expectations. And people are also getting related to you, reading your expectations differently. They are from teacher-student relationship, father-child relationship, lover-beloved relationship, all relationship develops. Yes or no? Therefore, society is a product of interaction from out of which relationship develops. From out of that relationship, क्या develop होता है? Family develop होता है, school develop होता है, whatever is developed. Therefore, root to everything is what? Interaction. समझ में? Therefore, interaction is the foundation to social life. Understanding or not? And interaction is fixed or different? Expectations are same or different? Interactions are different. Because our primary motives are different. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So interactions are different. So therefore consequences are different. ठीक है? इसीलिए कभी कभी तुमको याद होगा. Despite being a great student, very good student, obedient student, sincere student, one day you are just talking to a friend when the teacher was taking the class. Understand not? And you got the scolding. You must be remembering that. Despite being a nice child every day, one day you got the scolding from father. Therefore, these things you remember because nothing is fixed. A great child is not supposed to be great child every day. Sometimes that great child will be interacting in such a way that child should be primarily scolded. Good students should be primarily scolded in the class. A great honest prime minister will be primarily criticized by the citizens. Nothing is fixed. Understanding or not? So therefore interaction is foundation to social relationship on which everything is primarily built up. समझ में? Since interactions are primarily dynamic, therefore outcomes will be dynamic. Nothing is static, therefore nothing can be studied by scientific observation or method. ठीक है. There is a beautiful explanation about the significance of interaction given to you by G.S. Smith. You'll be studying that in detail because he's a part of your syllabus. G.S. Smith tells that society is a product of role playing and role taking. Society is a product of role playing and role taking. Remember your childhood days. ठीक है. सिया childhood day याद है? So Papa has got for you kitchen set. खेलो कि नहीं खेलो? Kitchen set. So when you are primarily, Asima khela hai teacher. When teacher game you play, or you are playing kitchen game, you cook all kinds of foods. Imitating whom? Mother in the kitchen. And the way mother is primarily offering food to father, in the same way in the small plates, grass, leaves, uncooked vegetables, you push into the mouth of the father. And that is the beauty of fatherhood. You have to eat all kinds of garbage. Understand not? Because your children are giving it to you. So Papa ko muh to diya, khao. Papa is taking it. Karela, kacha karela, sabji bana ke de diya, kha liye ho. So what I'm telling you here is that through that, in a subconscious level, you are playing the role of mother, playing the role of teacher. And when mother is not at home, all girls must have done it. Mother ka jitna jewelries hai. Understand not? Lipstick jitna sare hai. Lipstick mein mooch bana lete hain. And mirror ka samne khada hoke, you stand in front of the mirror and family look at you. How good you look with the costume of mother. And when you go for fancy dress, you are so excited because you are taking the role of others. Therefore, childhood socialization is giving us training to take the role of others. Understanding or not? And boys also, when father is not there, they are putting on father's coat, briefcase leke khada ho jata office jane ke liye. So means your mental level, you are prepared to play the role of mother, play the role of father. So when you are growing up, that role transformation becomes easier for you. Okay? And when you grow up, okay, you treat some of your teachers as the point of reference. Okay? Others important as the point of reference. You read their biography, listen to their speech, try to imitate their behavior, and consider when you grow up in life, you'll be one like them. Understanding not? So therefore, in the mental level, you are prepared that he is a great man with great personality, with great character. He speaks like this. I will also be behaving in that way. Isliye many students at the time of interview, they say that we consider this person was primarily great, imitated that person, he influenced me, therefore I wanted to become an IPS or IAS officer. So there are many significant people, those who are imitating, those to whom you are imitating and trying to be like them. Therefore, who we are, that we are because we are imitating to the behavior of others. Okay? So, he tells that from the childhood stage, we are learning how should mother be playing her role, father be playing his role, teacher be playing his role, great leaders are speaking. So from childhood stage, we know it by taking the role of others. And when we grow up and we are interacting in different situations. Look at this thing carefully. When we are growing up and interacting in different situations, okay, our mind has stored this information that when I become the mother, so I should be primarily speaking like this, I should be behaving like this, I should be working like this. When I become a teacher, I should be doing like this. So everything is primarily there in the mind. Carrying this information in mind, and the informations you have collected from biography, autobiography, newspaper, reading about other personalities, looking at them in the television, all the informations you get, you are keeping that in your mind. Therefore, what is mind? Mind is the storehouse of informations. Not only important informations, less important informations also are registered in mind. When mother has given you the first slap, when you fell down primarily from the stairs, when you tossed the lamp and burnt your fingers, despite mother is primarily telling you not to do it, how you fought with your elder brother, everything is stored in the mind. Understand not? Correctness may be different, but his memories will be there. Everything is there in the mind. So mind is loaded with information. Informations you experienced, informations others gave you, informations collected from media, informations that you read from the books, so informations from the people you met, all these kind of information in different proportion are stored in your mind. Okay? And these informations are weapons or treasures of life. Okay? Carrying these informations, when you go to interact, okay, in a situation, suppose market जा रहे हो, with whom will you interact? मार्केट में किसके साथ इंटरेक्शन करोगे? प्रोफेसर, डॉक्टर, शॉपकीपर. तो when you are going to interact with this shopkeeper, माइंड बोलता है, अंकल बोल. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? लुकिंग एट हिज एज, थोड़ा एल्डरली होगा, अंकल कैसे हैं, अंकल डू यू हैव दिस एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ स्टॉप्स, द मूवमेंट यू टेल हिम अंकल, एंड दैट पर्सन is becoming polite to you. हाँ बेटा, आओ, बैठो बैठो बैठो. ठीक है? Listen to this. And this idea of uncle, where from you read? Where from you got? Mind. If a boy is equivalent to your age or little more than your age, तो इसको अंकल बोल दिया. भाग, अंकल बोलता है. समान नहीं है कुछ, भागो इधर से. और तुम्हें बहुत चालाक हो. If you find out a elderly man, middle-aged man, इसको अंकल बोल दिया, गुस्सा हो सकता है. इसे को भैया बोल दिया. भैया, वो खुश हो जाएगा, अरे मैं तो अंकल हूं, भैया बोल दिया. मीन्स ही इज फाइंडिंग आउट आई एम यंग. चलो, क्या सामान चाहिए बेटा बताओ. ये सारे माइंड का कमाल है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट? तो माइंड इज द स्टोर हाउस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन, एंड माइंड नोज व्हिच टर्म विल बी अप्रोप्रिएट टू व्हिच सिचुएशन टू नेगोशिएट. और एक चीज सुनो, you know, your interaction is what? Interaction is nothing but the presence of self. So here I am presenting myself before you, and you are reacting to it. That is interaction. Interaction is the communication between two selves. I am presenting myself, you are presenting yourself, and two selves are primarily negotiating with each other. That is interaction. Therefore, what is interaction? Negotiation between two selves. When I am presenting myself has two compartments. जो self में present कर रहा हूं, it has got two compartments. One is I and second is me. ठीक है? Me is rule bound, disciplined, regular, punctual, goal oriented, focused. ठीक है? I is innovative, outgoing, dynamic, creative, reflexive. ये I है, adventurous also. ठीक है, देखो तुम्हारा कैसे दोनों को यूज करके यू प्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ. You are coming to the school. Teacher has given you assignment. You have not done that assignment intentionally because you are busy with some other activities. And teacher comes and tells you, third day you are not completing your assignment. Disani, where is your assignment? क्या करते हो? You will never be saying, sir, assignment I could not do, or madam, assignment I could not do because I was watching television or playing video game. No. Madam, my grandmother was so unwell. Even though I tried to do the assignment, I could not do it. Everybody in the family were disturbed. ये किसका काम है? I है ना मी का काम है? I, innovative, creative. I बोलता जा बेटा बोल दो. Madam knows that she is a nice girl. She gives assignment regularly. This time she has not done. She has not done it. So she says, okay, beta, do it tomorrow. Yes, ma'am, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow also, when you go back home, I tells her, what assignment? Another pretext, you will be primarily getting an excuse. Me bolta nahi. Teacher will be changing opinion about you. Enough is enough. Sit down, do the assignment. And after completing assignment, when you come back to the school, before teacher is asking for assignment, madam, this is the assignment I have completed. So she carries opinion about you. This is life. Understanding or not? And most of the time, what you do, I swear. I have not spoken like this. When you tell ill about your friend to somebody else, and the matter come back to her and she tells, you are my best friend, how could you speak like that against me? Me? Never. Other person is lying. I swear. Again, I. So our politicians are good at presenting self through I. आगे कुछ नहीं बोलना है. Understand not? Dramatic presentation of self. Yes or no? माँ बाप भी कम नहीं होते हैं. ड्रामेटिक प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द सेल्फ. हमारा टाइम में कुछ नहीं था. इतना कष्ट करके, इतना मेहनत करके हम ऊपर को आए हैं. To give you everything best. Now it's up to you. And the moment they go emotionally, intentionally, you also primarily melt. My parents have done so much for me. Let me primarily put my focus on studies. I should be doing well, making them proud. Life is nothing but a story of dramatic presentation of self everywhere. Either it is driven by I or it is driven by me. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So different astrophysicists sitting together are presenting their self guided by me. Is Pluto a planet? No. Is Pluto a planet? No. Then 10 no's. Then Liko, Pluto is not a planet. There are 8 planets in the solar system. Therefore, scientific inventions are coming out of negotiation between different selves. In Parliament House, are different MPs do have selves. They present their selves, therefore debate. Some people primarily present their I, others present their me, others present both, and through that debate discussion takes place and law come into prominence. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, everything you see in social life is nothing but the presentation of what? Self. And presentation of self is creative, innovative. It is coming at the spur of the movement. Therefore, nothing is static. Nothing is fixed. So therefore, no sphere of society can ever be subjected to quantitative evaluation, scientific measurement. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, science is not only useless, scientific method is primarily absolutely unwanted in sociology. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? कौन बोल रहा है? इंट्रैक्शन थ्योरी. आ गया समझ में? आज सपना मेरा सर्टिफिकेट लिख रही है, सर अच्छा पढ़ा रहे हो करके. देखो, चलो आगे बढ़ो. नेक्स्ट हम पढ़ाएंगे तुमको फेनोमेनोलॉजी. phenomenology is an extension, समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Phenomenology is an extension of interaction theory. So these people are the founders of phenomenology. Husserl mathematician थे पता है? He was a mathematician who converted into a sociologist and developed this theory phenomenology. इनका स्टूडेंट है अल्फ्रेड स्टोस, एंड पॉजिटिविज्म का क्रिटिक में दिया था पीटर बर्जर, फैक्ट्स डोंट फॉल फ्रॉम द स्काई, याद है? तो उन्हीं का है. दे ऑल आर फेनोमेनोलॉजिस्ट. फेनोमेनोलॉजी is criticizing to positivism on 3 grounds. ठीक है? Number 1, nothing is static in this society. लिख लो 3 पॉइंट, फिर एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. Nothing is static in this society because everyone looks at reality applying his mind in his own way. Everyone looks at reality applying his mind in his own way. ठीक है? आ गया समझ में? Second is, social world is not static. It is created, dismantled, and recreated regularly. ठीक है? Number 3, it is not science or logic. Rather, it is common sense. That regulates our everyday life. ठीक है? समझ में आ गया? Nothing in this world is primarily fixed. आगे एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूं. Nothing in this world is fixed. Carry a definite meaning. Nothing in this world is fixed, carrying a definite meaning. Therefore, you cannot explain everything in a very logical, rational, scientific manner. ठीक है? एग्जाम्पल देके बता रहा हूं, कोई भूलोगे नहीं इसको. I think this example also I have given you. Yes, these 3 primarily are the essence of phenomenology. I gave you an example that once I purchased tomato for my home. दिया था example तुमको? नहीं. You know, once I was just walking down and saw a vegetable market and inquired about the price of tomato, and the vegetable seller told me tomato is 50 rupees a kg. Then I thought, I'm getting tomato at a cheaper price. I purchased 5 kgs of tomato. Okay. And a scientist was standing there and asked me, what you are carrying? I said, tomato. Then he gave me full lecture. What is the quantity of calcium present in tomato? Sodium present in tomato? Water percent is there in the tomato? What is the impact of tomato on human health? Which scientific experimentation has said tomato is good for heart? Give me 15-20 minutes lecture. I got to know about objective role of tomato, scientific ingredients of tomato. But is that tomato what tomato is? I didn't know whether tomato is that or tomato is more than that. Carrying that tomato and walking through the street. In the left side of the street, left side of the road, I found out a temple. And I realized since I'm taking 2 classes every day, addition to that university classes, I hardly get time to meet Bhagavan, God. So God and me, we have never met since ages together. Now, since I got the time, I felt like entering into the temple. I entered into the temple. I'm carrying nothing in hand than tomatoes. I picked up one tomato and put that on the head of God. After giving that tomato a ritual bath. Ritual bath, समझ में आ रहा है? पानी में साफ करके. So since I carry nothing, no vegetable, no fruits, so therefore I'm putting that tomato on the head of the God. And that tomato started smiling at me. Told me, I have become sacred, I have become prasad. And before I left, another devotee came. He primarily bowed down his head before the God. And Pandit lifted that tomato and gave it to the other person. And the other person, the devotee, he primarily bent down his head, carried tomato in the folded hand. And other tomatoes, those who are packed in the bag, they are feeling absolutely alienated. So therefore, tomato I carried as a vegetable. Once entering into the temple, tomato is primarily losing its character. It's becoming prasad and commanding devotion, submission from the devotees. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, what tomato was is not tomato that. When tomato is meeting God and placed on the head of the God. समझ में आया? Yes or no? अरे बताओ. Yes or no? Then remaining tomato I am carrying, going back home. While crossing the road, I found out a politician is giving speech. My heart is bleeding for the primarily people of my constituency. I can give my life for them. So all kinds of big primarily, slogans he's giving. And I belong to that constituency. Waterlogged every day, no electricity supply, people are suffering from poverty, no employment. So I started thinking that this man, he's lying, befooling the audience. Took one tomato, threw at his face, and started running because people may catch me. And tomato became what? A missile. Yes or no? Then other tomatoes are feeling suffocated once again. One became prasad, other became missile. We are still lying in this state of vegetation. We are simply vegetables. Remaining tomatoes I carried home and told my wife, see, I have done a great job today. So for the first time in my life, I purchased vegetable at a cheaper rate. She asked me, what is the cost of the tomato? I said, 50 rupees. So cheap. She said, stupid. It is available near our home for 30 rupees. Who asked you to bring tomato? That's to 5 kilo tomato. You are having no brain. She started fighting with me. Tomato became the source of domestic conflict. Therefore, what is tomato? If I ask you to write an essay on tomato, if you're a student of science, you'll be giving me all details that my scientist friend told me. Tomato is a vegetable. It is giving primarily this much of calcium. It is giving this much of sodium. Water percentage is this. It is good for heart. Sare sunaya. But if you're a student of sociology, what will write? Tomato is not tomato is not tomato. What tomato is, that can be changing its character when place is different, context is different, use is different, and mind applied to is different. समझ में आया? Yes or no? Therefore, science gives you fixed knowledge. Sociology gives you variable knowledge. समझ में आया? Yes or no? Similarly, बोलो. Similarly, बोलो. The material from out of which temple is made, same material is used to build primarily your school, your house, your clock tower, and primarily other places, public toilets. But applying your mind, you call one as school, other as family building, third as temple, fourth as public toilet, fifth as clock tower. Therefore, structure is primarily same because structure comes out of same materials. But applying your mind, you look at them differently or not. अरे हर स्ट्रक्चर में क्या है? सीमेंट है, स्टील है, ब्रिक्स है, structural elements are same. But applying your mind, you tell, this is a temple, this is my home, this is my school. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? This is a public toilet, this is a clock tower. So you are looking at them in different ways. Therefore, everything is a phenomena. The way you look at it, it becomes that. Nothing is fixed. Getting my point or not? Got my point, or I'll be explaining it once again? Understanding it not? So nothing is primarily fixed. Applying your mind, you look at primarily same thing in different ways. Therefore, be careful. A piece of art I am putting here. अरे आर्ट क्यों जाएंगे, हमें पास एग्जाम्पल का कमी है क्या? वही कितना बढ़िया एग्जाम्पल है ये. बोलो विवेक, कहां देख रहा है? आसमान पे देख रहा है. क्या बनाया मैंने? क्या बनाया? अरे विवेक बता रहा है क्या? अमीबा बना रहा हूं मैं. दूसरा बोलता है पेबल्स, तीसरा बोलता है इरेगुलर शेप, चौथा बोलता है क्लाउड, को बोलता है टॉप ऑफ द ट्री, जिसको कुछ नहीं आएगा. क्या? वाटर, टोमेटो, हार्ट, स्टोन, and ultimately I will say it is a piece of modern art. If you don't understand anything, that is primarily what? Modern art. Therefore, nothing is fixed. Applying your mind, you are giving different meanings to it. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So nothing is fixed. So the way you look at it, that becomes that to you. तो इसलिए what is love? बोलो बोलो बोलो. What is love? Love is a lesson for life. Love is paradise in the earth. Love is a wastage of time. बोलते जाओ. लव इज फ्रेंडशिप बता रहा है. एनमी ऑफ ड्यूटी. जितना लिखोगे उतना कम है. Therefore, you cannot say that love लिखा कि सार्थक लिख रहा ऑक्सीजन टू लाइफ. ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिल रहा कोरोना टाइम में. ऑक्सीजन. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So therefore, so you just look into this thing. Nothing is fixed. So using your mind, you can explain this particular thing in multiple ways. Therefore, can scientific method be able to explain the reality? No. Therefore, scientific method is not only useless, but more than useless. Yes or no? दूसरा बताओ. अभी आयुषी बोलेगी. आयुषी बोलो. You are here in Delhi and you are coming from your hostel to buy study materials. ठीक है? You have two friends with you. It's around 10:30 in the night. And in this area, student area, so people move around whenever they like. So when you are carrying the books and going back to your PG, you find out from the opposite direction a man is coming, who is bearded, putting on a blanket, eyes are red, and speaking something on his own in a loud voice. What will do? क्या करेगी बताओ? He is coming from opposite direction. You and your friends are going from this direction. So what you will do? बोलो कहाँ चली गई आयुष? So you will be taking an escaping route, because your common sense will be telling that he may be a drunkard, so he may be creating nuisance on the road. So therefore, to avoid all kinds of trouble, I'll take an alternate route and reach at my hostel. So what you did here? Applied your common sense. Okay. Some of your friends, they were following you. They went to that person, spoke to him, and found out that that person is rebirth of Rousseau. Great philosopher, great intellectual. So applying their common sense, they said this man should be primarily something different. And we 4 people are there. If this man is creating any nonsense, we can give him 2 slaps. We can shout, others will assemble. So taking the risk, applying their common sense, they spoke to that person and found out he's a genius. He's a professor of the university. So therefore, he has primarily read so much that he has become mad. But he knows physics, he knows mathematics, he knows everything. And discussing with him, you primarily gathered your knowledge, expanded your knowledge. They came and told you. Therefore, person is same, but our perception are different. Therefore, driven by our perception, we look at the people differently. Isliye, you carry the meaning of smile in one way. I carry the meaning of smile in another way. Therefore, mother tells, why you are smiling always? Because she is thinking smiling regularly is impolite. But Papa bolte, my daughter is very good. She's always carrying a smiling face. I like it. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? भाई tells, you are smiling always because you think you are intelligent, you are arrogant, proud of your knowledge, therefore you are smiling. Therefore, smile is not smile. People use their common sense knowledge and they interpret your smile differently. Understanding or not? Yes or no? So therefore, nothing is fixed. Everything we define. We look at people, look at things, look at behavior using our common sense. Yes or no? Using our common sense, we thought he may be primarily madman. He may be primarily danger to me. Therefore, I am taking an escaping route. Yes or no? बताओ शादी होता है. Driven by what? Driven by what? Rational choice or common sense? अरे बोलो. IIT ग्रेजुएट है, IAS पास किया है, coming from a good family, good looking, लड़का should be good. A लड़का should be good. Based upon what? Common sense. पता चला not that good what we thought about it. So therefore everything is driven by common sense. You fall in love guided by common sense. Marry guided by common sense. Go for a job guided by common sense. IAS अच्छा नौकरी है. सत्यानाश, तुमने गया IAS बने हो कभी? अरे before you are joining IAS, you say that IAS is a great job, dying for it, jumping into that, driven by common sense knowledge. Therefore, life is a story of what? Bolo Tanvi, life is a story of what? Common sense. When mother is going for shopping, applying her common sense, this sari must be good, let me go for it. Common sense knowledge. Therefore, everything in this world is driven by what? Common sense. Therefore, is common sense a sociological nonsense, or common sense is primarily the essence of sociology? Bolo, padhaya tha tumko. When positivists consider common sense is sociological nonsense, and we should not speak anything in relation to common sense. ये बोलते हैं, without common sense, life is not possible, interaction is not possible, relationship is not possible. Therefore, without common sense, we cannot make sociology. Therefore, common sense is the essence of sociology. Yes or no? सही है कि नहीं है? Therefore, these people are giving 2 slaps on the face of whom? Positivist. Beokubo, you reject common sense, but that is the heart and soul of sociology. Okay? So therefore, phenomenology stands opposite to positivism. Okay? social world is our world. Okay? We make it, remake it, dismantle it, recreate it. And we negotiate with this social world as happy, as unhappy, as a boy, as a girl, as an accomplished, unaccomplished person. ज्यादा हो गया क्या? कोई भी सोशल वर्ल्ड देखो, फ्रेंडशिप, फैमिली, वजीराम क्लास. Social world is our world. A classroom is a social world. So it's not something given to you, you make it. Understanding how you make it? How you make it? Through your action, you make it. Through your reflexes, you make it. Understand not? The way you sit, the way you listen, the way you understand, the way you react, that makes class. Two persons in love, that is their social world, made by them only. इसमें तुम्हारा कोई contribution नहीं है, मेरा contribution नहीं है. So social world is our world. Imagine two people in love, they are meeting each other. One is having a solemn face. The other is asking, क्या सकल क्यों इतना करके बैठे हो? क्या हो गया? क्या परेशानी है? दूसरा बोलते नहीं नहीं, there is no problem. You don't have to worry. अरे बताओ तो सही. I'm your true friend. Share that with me. मैंने बोला ना कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Other person insist. कसम खा के बताओ. बताता हूं. Their world. They choose to share the problems. Other person is finding out solution to the problem. After 5 minutes, both are happy and pizza खा रहे हैं कोक का साथ. We saw it. 5 minutes before, one was having a solemn face. Other person was persisting, bol. 5 minutes के बाद both are laughing, eating pizza, enjoying their coffee. हम जा रहे हैं, हमको पिज्जा भी ऑफर नहीं कर रहे हैं. So their world, they make it, they destroy it, they remake it in different ways on the basis of their choice. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, any relationship for that matter, you make it, you question it, you change it, you remake it. And you negotiate with that world as happy, unhappy, boy and girl. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So you negotiate with that as a boy or as a girl, as primarily happy or unhappy, as rich or poor, you negotiate with it. एक दोस्त है तुम्हारा, बड़ा अमीर घर का है. And every time he comes and tells, oh, my dad got me this, my mom gave me this. सुन के पागल हो गए. You are telling your other friends, show off करता है बहुत. And from this kind of people, you should maintain distance. Understanding or not? So therefore, you made friendship, but you are now maintaining distance from that person. Because that person is showing up, which you are not feeling good for you. He is showing up because he is primarily negotiating with friendship as rich. And you are thinking, with rich people, we cannot have friendship because they cannot be trusted. So you negotiate with that social world either as rich or as poor, or as man or as woman, as happy or as unhappy. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? And from out of that, something comes. That is love, that is friendship, that is family, that is Wajiram classroom. You make it today, question it tomorrow, remake it tomorrow. So therefore, nothing is static. आया समझ में? If nothing is static in this world, if everything is phenomena, everything is being driven by your common sense knowledge, then what to primarily study using scientific method? Therefore, scientific method is good to study the height of the mountain. Scientific method is good to calculate the population of India. Scientific method is good to understand how much of industrial production is being made. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Human relationships which are dynamic, that cannot be studied through the application of which method? Scientific method. I cannot say you are happy by 100 grams, 5 milliliter happiness. How can I measure your happiness? How can I measure your sorrows, suspicion, joy? I cannot do that. Therefore, scientific method and sociology, they primarily stand poles apart from each other. Therefore, liberate sociology from the bondage of scientific method, and that would be what responsible for the rise and growth of sociology. आया समझ में? Yes or no? This is phenomenology. Everything is a phenomena. Tomato is what? Phenomena. Love is what? Phenomena. Friendship is what? Phenomena. How you look at it, how you are primarily negotiating with it. So it will be primarily defined on that way. Therefore, nothing is fixed and nothing is static. आया समझ में? इसलिए तुमको अखबार पढ़ा रहा था उस दिन. आदित्य जो है झारखंड कैडर का आईएएस ऑफिसर, पता क्या, आज इंजीनियर्स वी ऑलवेज प्राइमरली ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन एवरीथिंग इन ए साइंटिफिक एंड ऑर्डरली मैनर. But after doing sociology, we come to know nothing in the society is fixed. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Understanding or not? So nothing in this world is primarily specific. So therefore, everything you have to look in which manner? Dynamic manner. तुम करोगे ट्राइबल वेलफेयर के लिए काम करोगे, बट आदमी आएंगे तुमको क्रिटिसाइज करेंगे. Because everything is a phenomena. Your work to somebody is one kind of phenomena, to another person another kind of phenomena. Therefore, some will be appreciating your work, others will be criticizing to it. Because when you are doing it, so the benefit that they used to get earlier, they are not getting now. So they will be your critics. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? So you will not be getting appreciation from everybody. And once you know that in sociology, then you'll be thick-skinned when you become a civil servant. Because everything is what? Always remember, everything is what? Everything is that how your mind looks at it. Therefore, if you think somebody is good, he is good for you, and other person is thinking he is not that good, therefore he is not that good for you. Therefore, opinions of the people about you are relative. And that will keep changing in time and space. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Even Mahatma Gandhi didn't have all the people appreciating him. So you and me are ordinary. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Yes or no? Last part. Alfred Clues, जो पढ़ाया था तुमको, he tells people belonging to a particular culture are socialized identically. People belonging to a particular culture, they are socialized identically. Okay? So since they are socialized identically, therefore, they primarily look at the same object in identical way. Meaning, this is temple. People living in a community, since they are socialized, a mandir hai, so they identified a place as mandir. So people socialized in a particular culture identify the things identically. People identically. ये father है, ठीक है? ये temple है. You look at the things identically. ये parliament house है. Because parliament house you have read in the book, people have told you. So therefore your mind is looking at that building as parliament house. You cannot call parliament house in my home. Understand not? Prime Minister can say, "ये भी मेरा माँ है." That is different. But parliament house is parliament house. This is a cultural knowledge we have gathered. So since their knowledge about object and people are same, therefore it becomes easier for them to reciprocate with each other. Reciprocate means, मैं अभी पूछूंगा वर्षा को, वर्षा, have you visited Parliament House? Because the moment I say Parliament House, that image comes to her mind. She'll say, "Sir, no, I have not gone there." I'll say, "Don't worry. When you become an IAS officer, you can visit Parliament House. Duty लगेगा उधर." she will smile. So this is communication. We are able to reciprocate with each other, because what I mean by Parliament House, that also she means by Parliament House. Therefore, reciprocation or communication becomes easier. Though everything is a phenomena, people belonging to a particular culture, they consider, बोलते जाओ, they consider, banyan tree में कौन है? भूत है, ghost है. This is Parliament House. पापा को respect देना चाहिए. So all these are primarily cultural knowledge. And sharing this cultural knowledge, we communicate with each other. ठीक है? Don't go close to that banyan tree. There is a ghost. Parliament House is primarily what? Temple of modern India. So when I'm speaking, you are able to understand it. So reciprocation and communication is becoming effective. आया समझ में? तो bottom line क्या हुआ? Our everyday life is greatly driven by not logic or rationality. Our everyday life is primarily dealt by, everyday life is influenced by which knowledge? Common sense knowledge. On the basis of common sense knowledge, we identify people, identify situation, define our role, and play our roles. Therefore, how using common sense knowledge, people are negotiating with others and something is coming out of it that sociology will study. Nothing in society is fixed, because applying our mind, we look at the same thing differently. Therefore, what democracy means to you will not be democracy meaning to me. Understand? What family will be meaning to you, that will not be family meaning to me. इसीलिए माँ को देखोगे एक दिन में 25 ओपिनियन देगी फैमिली के ऊपर. ये बच्चे जान खा गए. 1 minute, 10 minutes, अरे बच्चा कहाँ नहीं आया अब तक? Till now बच्चा is not back. After 20 minutes, अब तक खाना नहीं खाया, इसके लिए मैं भी भूखी हूं. So many contradictory opinion. पड़ोस आ गए, बच्चे तो हमारा जिंदगी है, उनको छोड़ के हमारा क्या है? बताओ. अभी जान खा रहे थे, अभी जिंदगी बन गए. Therefore, what children are to mother at one point of time, they are not so in the fractions of the second. That is the beauty of mother-child relationship. And doing that, I make a better sociology than saying mother-child relationship is driven by custom, driven by convention, driven by rules of law. What nonsense. Mechanistic understanding of mother-child relationship. Understanding or not? Therefore, everything is a phenomena. Mother-child relationship is a phenomena that keeps changing in time and space. Understanding or not? So therefore, nothing in the social world is fixed that we can apply scientific method to primarily understand it. So liberate sociology from the bondage of science, and then sociology can be progressive and sociology will be unique, creating a distinctive position for yourself itself. Yes or no? Understanding or not? This is the beauty of phenomenology. Therefore, be careful. Phenomenology takes sociology close to psychology. Yes or no? Mind, thinking, common sense, opinion, these are important for sociology. Therefore, phenomenology, interaction theory, both are taking sociology close to psychology. Yes or no? Understanding or not? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Weber's Bustian approach is taking sociology close to history and culture study. Positivism is taking sociology close to science. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Therefore, sociologists pursue their research in one way or different way. One way or different way? Different ways. Therefore, as a sociologist, when you are going to study a situation, what you should do? If you are a phenomenologist, you are going to study a social situation. क्या करोगे? क्या करोगे? You'll be fine. Two women are sitting in a village talking to each other. You'll be primarily giving importance to each of their words. तुमको पता है, मेरा सासू माँ जो है, she is a quarrelsome lady. So meaning she is primarily applying her mind to a person. She always fights. मेरा सास भी कम नहीं है. Other woman tells. She is also looking into her mother-in-law in that way. Then they are going for further narration. कल ये हुआ था, ऐसे ऐसे किया. So two friends, two women are becoming friends, and they are becoming friends because the topic of discussion is Sasuma's torture. Feeling relieved, going back home. Again Sasuma is coming. माँ चाय पियेंगे? अभी बोल रहे थे चुड़ैल है, बदमाश है, लड़ाकू है. माँ चाय पियेंगे? Negotiating with mother-in-law in different way. So that is what is life. You make, destroy, and remake. समझ में आ रहा है कि therefore nothing is fixed. Sasuma is not Sasuma is not Sasuma. That will be happening to all of you. So at that time, remember phenomenology. Understanding or not? So when you get married and mother is asking about mother-in-law, story will be different. But when you meet your mother-in-law, live with her, relation will be different. Understanding or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? So this is all about phenomenology. जाओ भागो, कल पढ़ाएंगे तुमको जितना बाकी रह गया. एंड और एक टॉपिक है फैक्ट्स एंड वैल्यूज इन सोशियोलॉजी. क्वेश्चन इज नॉट विजिबल, अगेन आई विल बी टेलिंग देम टुडे. ठीक है, जस्ट सी वेदर क्वेश्चन इज विजिबल और नॉट. If visible, you upload the answers. Otherwise, tomorrow it's not visible. I'll be giving you an email address. You have to upload answer in that email. ठीक है, चलो, thank you.